Hi, guys. I'm going to go light this other one. Yay, there we are. We are open. So hi, everybody. I'm Rev Edie Crane. I'm filling in for our beloved minister, Rev Edith, who is actually, she's home today online renewing her electrician's certification. So if any of those of you who are online, you may be checking in with her. She might try to check in. So welcome to Unity of Gaithersburg. And those of you online, welcome to our sacred cyberspace. Anybody here for the first time? Brave enough to raise your hand? Welcome. Our ushers have a little packet for you if you want more information. Anybody been away for a while and is now coming back? Welcome you back to our space, our sacred space. And so let's open this space with prayer. So I invite you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. As we feel our presence here in this room, we acknowledge this sacred space that is dedicated to joy, dedicated to community, dedicated to love. As we open our hearts and our minds today to receive love, to receive inspiration, to receive companionship, we are so grateful that we get to come together. And may this love be felt throughout Gaithersburg and throughout the world. We are so grateful for this wonderful community. And so it is. Amen. And our core value today, gratitude, of course. It's gratitude. Let's affirm it together. In each moment, we choose to appreciate life's abundance with joy and open hearts. Feel that. Feel the gratitude. Just feel it. Open your heart. Open your heart. And so to further our open hearts, we're going to have some wonderful congregational music.
Good morning, everybody. Well, since we always have a lot to be grateful for, and also considering that for some people, they celebrate giving thanks on this coming Thursday, so we're going to sing a song all about thanks. I feel thanks. Ready? If you like, feel free. Shows sing it. I feel thanks. I feel thanks. I feel thanks. I feel thanks. And I show it through my attitude. Let me hear you say it. I feel thanks. I feel thanks. I feel thanks. And I show it through my attitude. Say, I feel thanks. And I show it through my attitude. Said, I feel thanks. And I show it through my attitude. Let me hear you say it. I feel, and I show it through my attitude. Last time. I feel thanks. And I show it through my attitude.
Morning, Unity. My name is Sharon, and I am here with the top 3 or 4 transformational opportunities. But there are many here at Unity of Gaithersburg. So the greeters have handed you a little slip with all of them, and also please look at our Friday newsletter. I clicked. There we go. Okay, so your caring cottage is asking you to bring a teddy bear to service for the next couple of weeks. And this teddy bear needs to be new, with no small parts, still have the tag on it. Hold it, have it sit with you. Fill it with your love, your light. The love and light of everyone in this sanctuary. And then there's a bin out in the lobby. Place it in the bin, and we will deliver it to children who are in the pediatric unit of Shady Grove Hospital for the holidays. So thank you so much for this. And on Sunday, November 26th, we are having French Toast Sunday. Be after service in the Ed building, and this is being sponsored by our youth and family ministry. Donations are accepted, but not required. And this year, again, for our youth and family ministry, we are bringing back Giving Tuesday, which is, the next one is November 28th. But you can donate at any time. Again, either see our website, our newsletter, or the handout for further details. And as we know, the foundation of unity is prayer. I am your prayer chaplain today, so if you would like to pray with me, I would love that opportunity. Or you can place a prayer request in the box at the back of the sanctuary. And now, let's begin to center ourselves for our daily word. And the word for today is guidance. And the affirmation is, divine guidance clears and lights my way. Divine guidance clears and lights my way. I am divinely guided, moment by moment, breath by breath. With certainty and assurance, I go forth to do what is mine to do, trusting all things are working for good. Even during the most trying times, through my faith, I am assured all is well. Regardless of appearances, just as the sun shines after a storm. In times of uncertainty, I turn within, pray, and enter the silence where I can better discern the still, small voice within me. Then I relax and pay attention to my intuition. I listen deeply to my soul's calling. I am open and receptive to the many ways my guidance manifests. Knowing and claiming my oneness with God, I dare to reach for my dreams. With unshakable faith, I go forth, expecting to receive clear guidance and direction from the Christ within me. The Bible verse is from the book of Psalms, chapter 32, verse 8, which says, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. So let's just take a moment to reflect on the word guidance.
So this is the time where we take our thoughts inward. I invite you to close your eyes, clear your lap, and let's take a deep breath together. One more breath. As we breathe together, we feel the earth supporting us. I invite you to scan your body and just relax. Send love to any part of you that is calling for attention. Breathe love into that part of your body. As we breathe together, we be together in this moment, heart to heart. As we open our hearts, we remember that we are loved, that we are wisdom, we are wholeness. We are free. I invite you to take another breath and go deeper. Deeper into that well, that brief well of knowing. A deep well of peace. Imagine that you are flowing into a deep, loving well of peace. Allow each breath to take you deeper into peace. We breathe together. We feel and we know. We remember we are peace. Peace is our birthright. Love is our birthright. As we breathe, we remember anything that comes up that is not peace, we love it back to wholeness. And we remember peace. And we say to ourselves, peace, be still. Peace, be still. As we take this into the silence. As we bring our attention back to the present moment, we remember that when any thought arises that is unlike peace, we can calm it with the words, "Peace, be still." And we can remember that we are peace. And in this moment, all is well. And in this energy of peace, I invite you to speak the name of anyone who may need more peace in their lives. You can speak that name or speak it in your head. For we have created a cauldron of peace in this room, and they are safe and they are loved. Sally, Pete, the Middle East, Russia, Ukraine, our dear planet Earth. And so in this energetic cauldron of peace, we acknowledge the presence of peace. Even when it appears it is not there, we acknowledge its presence. And we hold that peace in our hearts. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning once again. I'd like to invite the choir up. It's third Sunday.
I've had my share of hard.
Sorry about that.
Had my share of heartache and sorrow, moments of sadness, lonely despair. I've been down on my knees, begging life, please take this burden I bear. I embrace receive all the gifts the storm may bring. There's a deeper sense within of God unfolding. Yes, these clouds are lifting me. Lord knows I've tried to run from these battles. Each time I circle to where I began, I can't seem to move on till the learning is done. So teach me perfection there. I embrace all that I feel, for I know it's birthing me into a greater way of being. I'm ready to receive all the gifts the storm may bring. There's a deeper sense within of God unfolding. My light is growing. Yes, these clouds are lifting. They're lifting me. Raise me up to the next glorious mountain. I will love each valley and peak. There will be a new me for certain. Every step, every turn, my God's waiting there. I embrace this pain that I feel, for I know it's birthing me to a greater way of being. I'm ready to receive all the gifts the storm may bring. There's a deeper sense within of God unfolding. Yes, these clouds are lifting me.
Guys. Wow, we are so blessed with this incredible music program. So, calm in the storm. What came to mind as I was preparing for this talk was the passage in Mark, which I'm going to read. On the same day when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now when they left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and the other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" And he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased and there was a great calm. But he said to them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? So that's going to be, we're going to kind of take that deeper and explore just some basics today about stuff you probably already remember and do, but it's always good to review them. So we'll start with let's kind of kick it off with a Chinese proverb that many of you know. There's beauty in the character, there'll be harmony in the home. There is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. There is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. It all begins with us. It all begins with us. What's going on in us. So if we operate from a common wisdom that peace begins with each of us, what practices do we bring to the storms and the chaos that are swirling around in our lives and in the world? How do we stand in our center when chaotic energy comes our way? How do we contribute energetically to creating a more peaceful world? So we're going to review 4 practices that support us in being that calm center in the midst of whatever is swirling around us. We can take responsibility for our own energy, our own thoughts, our own actions, our own feelings. So we'll start with 2 Timothy, because our first one is self-awareness, self-regulation. We can't change something unless we're aware of it. In 2 Timothy it says, God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. That's where it starts. So we think about our judgmental thoughts and our attitudes. We all have them, right? We all have those. We see something and we get this automatic response to it, right? Or we hear something and before we know it, we've got a thought about it. We've got a judgment about it. We've got an opinion about it, right? Worst case scenario, we then have some kind of action about it, right? When we go out like that and we don't even think about it and out we go. So our first job is to pay attention. Pay attention. What am I thinking? What am I thinking right now? What am I feeling? What are my hot buttons? Sometimes we didn't know we had a hot button until it gets triggered, right? So think about your attention. We've got so much attention here and there and everywhere. At any given moment, what's got your attention? Who's grabbing the mic in your head? Who's got the mic? Who are you giving the mic to in your head right now? And in any given moment, pause. Especially when you're feeling triggers. Okay, who's got the mic? And take it back. Take back the mic, okay? Think about the quality of your attention in any given present moment. What's the quality of your attention? Are you fully present? Like, pause right now. Where's your attention? Might be on me, might not be. Might be on what's going to happen in an hour. Might be on what happened yesterday. Think about that. Where's your attention right now? Okay, who's got the mic in your head? And can you bring yourself back to this present moment, right now? What is the quality of your attention? We're going to do a little exercise right now that might be a little scary, and if it's too scary, that's okay. It's okay. Just kind of go within and imagine. So what I want you to do is turn to a neighbor. Just doesn't matter. If it's okay, if you just want to close your eyes and do this and do it in your imagination, that's okay too. Just look at a neighbor. And without saying anything, give them your full attention just give your neighbor your full attention. No words are necessary. Smile and just give them your attention. That's all. Okay. And you can do this is a very simple practice that you can do all day long. All day long is just give somebody your full attention. You're not on your phone. You're not thinking about this? Like, when you're at the grocery store and somebody's checking you out, give them your full attention. Notice something maybe you appreciate about them. Okay? If you're at your work, your colleagues deserve your full attention. You're all in. Are you all in? Think about that, and be all in with people in your life, because that's a spiritual practice. That's a training. That's training you to put aside those judgments and make your full attention. Make that person, make your relationship with that person more important than what you had for lunch or how somebody cut you off in traffic. You kind of get that? Okay? Full, loving attention. And so what I want you to do is I'm going to do another exercise. Close your eyes this time. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath. And call up something that bugs you. Could be anything. Call up something that's a trigger. Call up something that happened yesterday. Just call up something and you had a negative reaction to it. Just call it up. Traffic, there you go. Close your eyes and just be with be with that thing. Where do you feel that feeling in your body? Think about that. Put your hand on wherever that is in your body. Now, switch it. Give the mic to that loving attention part. And give that piece your full loving attention. Peace. Be still. Peace. Be still. Because underneath all of that is wisdom. You can open your eyes now. There's wisdom. We have when we're in that focused, loving place, we have more access to our divine wisdom. We are all infinitely wise. We are all infinitely loving. And so when we love that place that gets triggered, that frees up our wisdom, and we have a wise response. The next one is willingness. Willingness. Am I willing? Sometimes, raise your hand if you've ever been in that place where you're angry. And it's righteous anger, and you're like, well, no, I'm angry, and I deserve it. That place where, no, I'm going to hang out with this anger for a while. Or I'm going to hang out with this resentment for a while. I'm going to hang out with it. Feels good. I broke the mic. It was like my anger broke the mic. And so we have to be willing to unhook ourselves from that feeling. And that can be the biggest challenge because, our anger may be justified. Our resentment may be, we might have a perfectly good reason to be angry or a perfectly good reason to be resentful or whatever it is. But we have to be, in order to get back to that centered place, we have to be willing to let it go. And sometimes it's so hard. And I know when I get that place and I'm just like, that place where you're just, it's kind of like you're in the middle of fight or flight, right? And the thing I go to is help. I just say, help, help, help. Because that's all I can do in that moment. I'm for whatever, and then something will happen. My help opens up the wisdom channel. It does, believe me. And then you'll get an insight, or somebody will say something to you, or someone might come over and go, hey, are you okay? And so the help will come, but we have to be willing to let it go. We have to be willing to change. A lot of these habits and things we have to be willing to change. So I'm going to point, I did a little research on this. There's a book that I really enjoy called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And we're going to do a little exercise by this author, Joe Dispenza. And it's called Crossing the River of Change. Because a lot of times when we're stuck, it's because we're not willing to change. We're not willing to see ourselves differently, or we're not willing to see the situation differently, because we're in our sort of rut of self-righteousness, or our rut of course I'm right, or in our rut of, oh, I don't want to change because it's unknown and it's a little scary and I don't know about that. So he has this wonderful rubric called Crossing the River of Change. So we have the river here. Here's the river, and sometimes the river's got a lot of rapids, and sometimes the river is very calm. It's whatever we decide it is, okay? So on the other, on one side is our limiting story, the things that we tell ourselves that are limiting. I can't, I'm not good enough, I hate, I don't want to, I'm too scared, fill in the blank. What are some other things that could go up on that thing? Just shout it out. What could go on, what's some limiting stories we tell? Anything? Not ready. What else? Anything? Too much? Okay, what else? Other people want to prove. Okay, so there's all kinds of things that are going to go on there, okay? And so we have to identify, the reason we have this rubric is it identifies, it puts it out there on paper or wherever. Okay, this is what I want to change. This is what I want to, this is what I'm seeing in myself, and it's what I want to transform. So then we're going, okay, if I am crossing the river over here, we know how it feels. We just spent some time feeling those things, right? We felt anger, we felt resentment, we felt limitation in our bodies, right? And we sent it love. So the other side of this, to get to the other side of that, we need to decide, what do we want to feel? What do we want to create? How do we want to show up? How do we want to be? So an empowering words might be, I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want to feel abundant. Or whatever you can put whatever it is you want to feel in there, okay? Or maybe you're creating something, and over on the other side is all the reasons you can't create that. And then you're like, but wait a minute. I'm an infinite being. I have infinite creativity at my resources. I'm going to jump over here, and I'm going to start. How will I feel once I'm there? How will it feel if you're creating a new job? How will you feel when you have that new job? Jump right into the feelings. Jump right into it. Okay? So you can use this little rubric when you're having trouble unhooking from those limiting feelings, from those hot buttons. Ask for help, right? If you're really stuck, just ask for help. And then try to identify where in your body you're feeling it. Send it love. Love that part. It's asking for love, right? And then jump over to, how will it feel? I want you to close your eyes right now. And imagine something. What is on the other side of your river that you're creating, that you want to be? Feel that feeling. Feel that feeling of having it. You're there. How does it feel to be there in that place of whatever it is you're wanting to create? Be in that place. Feel it. What are the words that you'll say when you're in that place? And how does it feel? That's the most important part, is how does it feel? And those are the feelings that you will act from and you will create from. Okay. Were you able to get it? Okay, good. So this is a little exercise in just examining, where am I stuck? Where am I stuck? And you can use this rubric to jiggle things, move things around, okay? So just examine. Every once in a while, examine where you're stuck, where you're ingrained. What are you holding on to? For me, it happens a lot. Like I'll be doing research about this, that, or the other thing, and I'll say, okay, this is how it's got to be. And when somebody is doing something different, I'm like, well, how can they do that? Don't they know the research says this? And then my little self-righteous place, well, if they would just change, then the world would be a better place, right? Have you ever done that? Well, if this person changed, then everything would be okay, right? Well, guess what? That's another stuck place, right? So just think about that. So can you let things be? That's the other tricky part about this whole thing. Yes, we want to change. Yes, we want to have new attitudes. But at the same time, can we just let things be? Is it okay to just let things be sometimes? Because when we let things be, when we're not trying to change this person out here, then we create a space for them to change if that is what they want to do. Do you kind of get that? This is one of those little spiritual paradoxes that we have in life, where on the one hand, yeah, I want to change, and how I can change, and how I can feel it, and how I can do it, and on the other hand, can I allow things to be? Because sometimes in allowing things to be, there's wisdom in there. And so the other piece that I ask myself is, what is this here to teach me? What is the lesson here? Am I willing to see the lesson for me? Kind of got that? Okay. So, peace, be still. When those thoughts come up, peace, be still. When judgments come up, peace, be still. Okay. The other thing, the third one that we're going to work on is release. We gotta let stuff go. Because our brain is like our little attic. And if you keep shoving things in there, what's going to happen? Your free attention is going to go like this, and you're not going to have any left, right? So we gotta let stuff go. We got to do spring cleaning, fall cleaning, every season. We got to clean out, right? So I have found a wonderful little poem, little saying by Heifetz. Many of you probably know this. It's called Drop the Knife. Once a young woman said to me, Hafiz, what is the sign of someone who knows God? I became quite still and looked deep into her eyes and replied, my dear, they have dropped the knife. Someone who knows God has dropped the cruel knife that most so often use upon their tender selves and others. We got to let stuff go. We got to let stuff go. We got to let it go. So another exercise, just close your eyes for a sec. And see if you notice any I'm right places. I'm right. An I'm right attitude. Okay. Are you willing to see something different? Can you just be with that without feeling the need to act on it? Now take a breath. Take it deeper. Take it deeper. What's underneath that I'm right? What's underneath it? Where did it come from? You didn't wake up all of a sudden and just have this I'm right, but what might be under that? Is there a tender place that needs attention, that needs your loving attention? What do you discover? What do you discover? What is that teaching you? Okay, you can open your eyes. So just another little exercise. when you're feeling in your self-righteous place, okay? And a homework assignment, if you so choose, is to create what we call a God box. Has anybody here ever done a God box? So basically, get a container of some kind, a nice container. Could be a regular box, but you make nice. Mine is a pretty vase that I found. And for me, the God box is when am so in fear, or I'm so in whatever, and it keeps coming up, and no matter how many times I say peace, it just won't go away. It just keeps coming back. I wrote it down on a little Post-it, whatever it is. I write down, and I write down what it is that I'm trying to heal. And I put it in the God box. And I let it go. And you might have to keep letting it go, but it always, always works. Last year I was having a really hard time with family stuff, lots of real awful family stuff. And I was just, it was testing every part of my spiritual path. And every day I was writing stuff and filling it in my God box. And it always works because you're surrendering it. And it's the act of writing it down and putting it in there, and you can just say, I release it. You can say, here, angels, take this. Boom, and put it in there. Could be your angel box, too. And then, every few months, I'll have a little bonfire and burn it up. Okay, but anyway, I recommend that. It's very helpful when you're just having trouble letting things go. Okay. And finally, envisioning. We got to envision what we want. We got to envision the world we want to see, right? We got to embody that energy that we want to see in the world. And from Philippians, we have, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellent, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What do you want to create? What vision do you want to hold? And focus on that. Focus on that. Be that energy. Stand in your knowing. Okay, I want you to close your eyes one more time. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on your heart. And call up someone or something that you love very, very much. Breathe into that love. Feel that energy. Feel it. And now imagine and feel that energy radiating out from you. With every breath, the energy goes out. Every breath. Feel it moving out from you. Intend that your love is radiating out from you. It's radiating out to your neighbors. Embrace them with your energy of love. Imagine that this room is now filled with your loving energy. Feel it. Breathe it. Every breath is adding love to this energy. And now embrace the planet. Breathe love into this planet. You are an energy being. You are the embodiment of love, of wisdom, of strength, of courage, of knowing. One more deep breath. Open your eyes. This is what you take to the world. You use these exercises, and then ultimately you remember that you are the embodiment of love. You are the embodiment of love. Breathe again. And I'll close with words of Myrtle Fillmore. Be still, be still, be still. God in the midst of you is substance. God in the midst of you is love. God in the midst of you is wisdom. Let not your thoughts be given over to lack, but let wisdom fill them with the substance and faith of God. God of love, love so sure and unfailing, love so irresistible and magnetic that it draws your supply to you from the great storehouse of the universe. And so it is. Let's affirm together. Together, with every breath, I purposely radiate peace and calm from every fiber of my being. I am. And so it is, and so you are.
We want to welcome the choir back to share another song with you. We went back to the basics for this one, so we borrowed from a hymnal. Of course, we gave it a New Thought Unity twist. This one's called Stand.
The storm is alive.
Thank you. That was truly lovely. And thank you, Rev Edith. And now it's our time to say thank you. There are many ways to do that. The easiest is to be a consistent giver. But if that doesn't work, there are envelopes on the back of your chair. There's a tithing box at the back of the room. You can text, you can email, and we thank you. So together, let's say our love offering blessings. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful. Maybe. Yes, they're on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this morning, what did we talk about? What was, okay, hold on, you're next, go ahead.
We talked about guidance.
Okay, and what did that mean? It's okay. Go ahead, Mia.
It means that you come.
Well, yes, it does. It does mean that you come. It means that you come and you're grateful and that you're full of life. And what was today's art lesson?
On turkeys.
Okay, on turkeys, yes. But what does it say? Yes.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins, yeah.
Um.
Don't be a turkey, count your blessings.
Okay. Don't be a turkey, count your blessings. So that's for every single one of us sitting here. Don't be a turkey, count your blessings. So hold up your blessings. So on there, they've got turkeys, and they've got who they're grateful for. So here you go, Mia. So don't be a turkey, count your blessings. And, yeah, there they are. Let's clap for them. They worked hard at that. So with that, we also talked about the fact that, Thanksgiving, everybody wants to be grateful for this and grateful for that. But you know what? It's those everyday things 365 days a year that we talked about, being grateful every single day. Yeah, not just thanks. Absolutely. I don't know. Andrew, what did you talk about? Let me. Go ahead.
We talked about the different ways of the backgrounds of the turkey and the background of how the turkey came to be, how the Thanksgiving came to be, I think is what we talked about. And then we talked about let's see, I don't have the paperwork.
Okay. Well, thank you. They did. They got a Europeanized version of what Thanksgiving is all about. But also, it gave the history of stuff like where the cranberries came from and the pumpkins. And guess what? Yesterday, I'm going to be real brief. Remember when I was looking for pomegranates for the Jewish holidays and couldn't find one? So yesterday, I walk into Giant, and what do I see? 3 million pomegranates. Because apparently they're also part of Thanksgiving too. We didn't have them at our house, but I guess they're a part of Thanksgiving in somebody's house. So there's some of that in their packets as well. So we are complete. We are going to do the blessings. Who wants to start? Me. Okay, her hand went up first, and you'll go second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am the light of the world. I live as a light.
Okay.
You are the light of the world. You live as the light.
Okay, all of us. We are the light of the world. We live as the light. Thank you.
have an amazing week, remembering every minute with every breath that you are peace. And so it is.
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon, I can go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a room. Because I'm clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got and don't hold back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why, because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a room. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Put me down, can't nothing bring me down. My level's too